Hey guys, welcome back to Validate Kate. I'm Kate. I wanted to address, that it's, it's a hard truth. And I remember it was extremely difficult for me to hear, but I knew things had to change. First of all, narcissistic abuse is an epidemic worldwide, not just in the United States, it's everywhere. It is non-discriminatory. It doesn't matter your zodiac sign, where you're from. It all has to do with it's nature and nurture. It's because so many things that we don't realize are extremely narcissistic have become normal, such as, sarcasm is gaslighting. Teasing, tickling. A good example is like when you're tickling someone, they're laughing because that's their natural reaction. That's the natural reaction to tickling. But then when they start getting serious, like saying, stop, stop, but they're still laughing, it's like it's easy to get caught up in the moment. And then if they get upset about it, and then the person who is tickling them reacts in a way of like, God, I was just, I'm sorry, like, don't be so sensitive. That's narcissistic abuse. Okay, so with that being said, if you find yourself in a relationship where you are confused, you are just feeling emotionally neglected, basically, that's a toxic relationship. Whether the person's a narcissist or not, what needs to be assessed is your own personal emotional maturity, your own emotional regulation, your own distress tolerance, EQ, or emotional IQ, basically, is the key. And this is another reason why DBT is wonderful. Just having that skill set is important in helping us develop healthy relationships, set boundaries, keep them. So again, if you find yourself in a narcissistically abusive relationship, I know it's so easy to get caught up in trying to find out answers, trying to ask them why they are doing this, what is their motive. Just know, if you are dealing with a narcissist, they are never going to accept responsibility for anything. They will stand strong in their decisions, and really not understand how their actions could hurt anyone. They don't get it. They cannot connect in a humanly, like, in a genuine way. They cannot connect emotionally. But, oh my god, sorry, I have a wasp outside my window. Anyway, it's So, oh, I mean, okay, perfect. I'm speaking on narcissists, and a wasp is outside my window. They're freaking narcs. They don't give a shit who they hurt. They just know it's like, oh, if you're in my way, I'm gonna sting you as many times as I can. That's a narcissist. Narcissists are wasps. Narcissists are cats. I mean, I've made other videos, and it's another really good YouTuber who talks about narcissistic abuse and really just empathy versus codependency versus narcissism, and just like, she's more on the metaphysical level. The YouTube channel is Empowerus. She's wonderful, but she did a video, and it just, the way she describes it is, narcissists are cats. Their instinct is to torture. Because if you've ever witnessed a cat and mouse, the cat and mouse game, you know, the cat will catch the mouse, but it won't kill it, like, right away. It sadistically tortures it for a while, you know, because if you've ever had a cat bring you a mouse, it's not dead yet. You know, it's still, like, squirming, and it's awful. I mean, that's the narcissist relationship. You are the mouse, and the narcissist is the cat. So that's another reason why, I mean, just understanding that no matter, okay, so just removing the narcissist, again, if you feel emotionally neglected, and this person just is not, you know, you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel safe, you don't feel good in the relationship, it is toxic. And that is when your emotional regulation and distress tolerance needs to be evaluated. And that is why self-work is so important. That is why focusing on your own genuine happiness is so important. And if you're dealing with a narc, they're not going to change. They're not going to do the self-work. They think they're fine just the way they are. So yeah, it sucks that you're the one left having to do it, but the fact that you are just means you're human. You have compassion for other people. The narcissist doesn't. I mean, it's just, that's another goal that I'm wanting to reach, is just reach as many people as possible with the information that it is not weakness to find a therapist. It is not weakness to talk about your emotions, to discuss how you're feeling. Addressing your feelings is strength. It's self-awareness. It is mindfulness. It is the key to living a truly peaceful life. A truly genuine, you know, 0 F's given life. But, you know, you still have that capacity for compassion and empathy. You know, you just don't, you have that ability to not care what others think of you because you are secure and confident in yourself, and you can still find compassion for other people and empathize with them and validate them. Seriously, validation is huge. Emotional maturity and being able to validate yourself as well as other people is so big, because another YouTuber, I'm just gonna throw them all out there because they're wonderful, Dr. Les Carter, he has 2 channels now. One is just the Dr. Les, and then his other one is Surviving Narcissism. And now I can't remember which channel this is on that he says this, but oh, it's it's the Dr. Les Carter. But anyway, so he touches on the fact that there can be someone with an extremely high IQ, so like that intellectual, extremely smart person, with an extremely low EQ. And there can be an extremely, like a person with an extremely high EQ but not the best, not the highest IQ. So really, I mean, book smarts don't really define a person if they don't have the EQ to deal with it. There's no correlation between the two. I mean, because you can have high IQ and high EQ, and then low both. Like, it really doesn't matter. And again, like, IQ is good. It's good to have information. It's good to keep learning. But that's, how you also want to deal with your EQ. You want to be open to evolving and helping yourself be a better you. No one stops growing. No one stops growing except the narcissist. I mean, the more you change, the more they stay the same. You're growing apart, and that's okay. Attachment is the enemy. If you're too attached to keeping a relationship with someone and it's just not working, you can't force the other person to detach. You just have to work on yourself to get away, and work on your own distress tolerance so that you feel more comfortable and secure leaving that relationship. Because, I mean, your response is your responsibility. Only you can control how you react. Only you can control whether you choose to react and fly off the handle, or get super duper emotional and just let it take over, or you can choose to respond in a manner that, even if it's walking away and not engaging, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, just things that have been on my mind, things I'm really working through and working on. It's all part of recovery, and it's all part of rising above the veil, rising above that fog, that feelings of fear, obligation, and guilt. Those don't need to be a part of your life. Nobody needs that kind of negativity. So, anyway, I gotta get going. Love yourselves, love each other. You're worth it.